Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all very well and staying safe, and welcome to my film and TV channel. Today we're going to look at an Amazon Prime series, just 8 episodes, just 8 30-minute episodes. I think they're about 27 minutes, 28 minutes when you allow for the ads and stuff, obviously, that you'd get if you were watching it on normal TV. Yeah, comedy horror. And it's called Truth Seekers. Please, if you're new to this channel, push the subscribe button, push the bell notification. All these vlogs are coming out, and if you've any interest at all in football, I do vlogs also on my football club, Manchester City, their history and current goings on, quizzes, etc., all on City. So if that's of any interest to you, or you know someone who might be interested, please point them in my direction. That'd be fantastic. If you're not interested, stick with me for the film and TV channel. Anyway, there's tons of stuff on there, hundreds of videos. Right, Truth Seekers. Amazon 15 ratings, so it's a little bit dark, and I think it's a bit over the top with the 15 rating. I think 12 would have been quite appropriate for this. It's a series that a lot of people are interested in because it's created by Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. Also involved are James Serafinovics and Nat Saunders, and the series was directed by Jim Field-Smith. Also stars Nick Frost and Simon Pegg playing roles, Emma D'Arcy, Samson Kew and Malcolm McDowell. Nice to see Malcolm McDowell back over this side of the pond doing some stuff. Yeah, it's a supernatural comedy series about a team of part-time paranormal investigators. Obviously it was released on Halloween, so obviously to try and get that market. They team up to uncover and film ghost sightings across the UK, sharing their adventures on an online channel for all to see. However, as they stake out haunted churches, underground bunkers and abandoned hospitals with their array of homemade ghost-detecting gizmos, their supernatural experiences grow more frequent, more terrifying and even deadly, as they begin to uncover a conspiracy that could bring about Armageddon for the entire human race. What again? No. Any good? Right, Rotten Tomatoes. There's no breakdown of the scores yet, but it's got a 75% positivity rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty good. Very good, in fact. And the audience rating on Rotten Tomatoes, again, I don't have any figures to how many people have actually scored this film, but it's up to 89%, which is very, very high. The Metacritic's not as overly impressed. It's only getting a 57% positivity, with 8 critics have left a review. There's just 1 positive and 7 mixed, so yeah, I mean that 7 mixed is sort of more in line with what I'm going to come out with as well. But Joe Public, you and me and Joe Public, 7.3 out of 10 on Internet Movie Database, so that's a pretty good score. There's quite a few reviews been left for that. Some of the comments left on Internet Movie Database by Joe Public, you and me, pretty good. Could have had better effects though. Yeah, if you're a Nick Frost, Simon Pegg spaced horror comedy fan, please give this a watch. There's a lot to enjoy here. Yeah, I only dabbled in and out of dipped. I'm a Boy Scout now. Yeah, I only dabbled in and out of space, so I will probably have to go back and watch that at some stage. Someone else commented, great British humour. Well, obviously if this is great British humour, well, obviously I've been watching the wrong things. Someone else said, I wish this was longer, so 8 by 30 minutes, not enough for that guy. A fun little mystery wrapped in a mix of paranormal and science fiction. So all good stuff at the moment, as you'd expect with a 7+ rating on Internet Movie Database. And then you get some of the negatives, obviously, I'm going through these. The best I can do is rate this series as very mediocre, said someone else. I like the actors, but the stories in each episode are uninspired. There is a bit of humour, but the focus on ghosts comes across as more annoying than anything. After watching the first 3 episodes, someone else said, I had to stop. The jokes feel old and stale, the story's predictable as it can be, and the scares aren't scary. It feels very much confused and it doesn't know whether to be serious or funny. Such a disappointment. Someone else, intelligent, heartwarming and funny. There you go. It takes all sorts, doesn't it? Someone else, Malcolm McDowell is a delight. He is. Was he a delight in this? Well, we'll see. The only thing that is really missing is Simon Pegg. We simply don't see enough of him. Yep, I'll get onto that in my little review. Storyline is awful, uninteresting, unscary. Someone else wrote, X-Files without the seriousness. Someone else wrote, I wouldn't put it in brackets with X-Files. Someone else wrote, spooky fun. Okay, so I've watched the series. I'm not amazed by the series. It's trying too hard to decide if it's a comedy or a horror. And personally, I can't decide which one it is. Yeah, 2 or 3 people mentioned that. Someone else said enjoyable and refreshing. And the last one, the last comment we're going to look at was someone just put just okay. Right, Burner's thoughts, movie game nostalgia. Yeah, it's... For me, if you've watched the series Good Omens, I think this is a poor man's version of Good Omens, to be honest with you. That was far from perfect, but way better, way better than this, in my opinion. There is a lot of positivity out there. I don't think I'm missing too much. I think there's a lot of Pegg and Frost fans who don't like to be too critical of the partnership, and I do like. I like most of their stuff, to be honest with you. So I've no bones to, nothing, no axe to grind, if you like. But personally, I just thought it was a little weak overall. I mean, I was quite happy for them to be 30-minute episodes so I could get through them quickly. They certainly would have struggled to fill 45 minutes with the scripts and the storylines, unfortunately. And what really ruins it to start with is Simon Pegg takes pretty much a more or less back seat for this, and that in itself is a big mistake. Nick Frost is okay, as Nick Frost is, but then you lumber him with a very poor acting duo of the bland Samson Kao as Elton John, who's absolute rubbish, miscast, terrible, no chemistry whatsoever, and the equally unimpressive Emma D'Arcy as Astrid, who again, pretty much the two together pretty doomed this series for me as far as watchability is concerned. I mean, fortunately we did have Malcolm McDowell, who at least kept me interested in watching these 30-minute episodes, but hoping they'd finish very quickly. The effects, yeah, someone mentioned the special effects. Yeah, very Doctor Who-like. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, in a good episode of Doctor Who, that even though the rubbishy effects, it doesn't make any difference. But effects like this are okay if the stories are good. But sadly, we get quite an interesting back-in-time backstory right at the start of most of the episodes, and it doesn't really build on it, unfortunately. I thought, it looks really good. It's always going to be good, this episode, and it just sort of wanders along and meanders along, and it's not overly exciting, no tension, not a lot of humour, and it all becomes a little bit boring for me, to be honest with you. I mean, the main event that's throughout the story, obviously it's building to an ultimate climax with a very Doctor Who type feel to it again, but even this is sort of a below par Doctor Who series, and let's face it, there's been a few bad ones of them recently, but even the bad ones of them are probably better than this, in all fairness. The humour didn't quite work. Again, that's mainly due with the actors, the chemistry between the actors. A lot of the British humour is looks and things happening, and there's no chemistry between, to me, for the leads in this. So the humour was really lacking. I mean, you can only sort of laugh. I did smile, obviously, at the black character being called Elton John, but you can only smile and laugh at that a couple of times, and that just about, wears it out, to be honest with you. I couldn't really care less by the end of it, the world survived or not. I mean, certainly not with this lot. I mean, it's just so uninspiring for me. And even when Pegg, which is on screen, which isn't very much, and is on screen with Frost, the chemistry isn't even that great with them two when they're on screen together. So that's another big disappointment. I think as 1 or 2 reviewers have commented, they've been extremely disappointed with this, and I think I have to say that as well. I mean, I did watch the trailers after I'd watched the series, and the trailers, I mean, if I'd watched the trailers, I wouldn't have been overly inspired. It didn't look overly funny or exciting, to be honest. There's a couple of scary moments, which there was in the series, but I think this trailer just about sums it up for me. I mean, if you watch the trailer and you think, oh, it looks okay, then that just about sums up what the series is going to be. I mean, unfortunately, I expect a bit better from Pegg and Frost when they're at the helm, and this, sadly, for me, was a bit of a letdown, although obviously on Internet Movie Database it's scoring over 7 out of 10, so some people do like it, but I thought it was a bit of a failure, which... So I'm only going to give it not a great rating. I mean, I nearly gave it my sat on the fence rating, but thought, no, I just didn't like it. I just thought it was a waste of energy, to be honest with you. I thought it's very poorly done, very poorly cast, very poor humour. 1 or 2 little jump scares that were okay, but apart from that, the storyline, as I said, I'll go back and you know, I just made me want to go back and watch Good Omens, to be honest with you, because I did sort of quite enjoy that, even though that wasn't flawless by any means. But it's, you know, Good Omens is a 8 or 9 out of 10, which it wouldn't have been. It would have been more a 7 or 8 out of 10. I mean, this I was going to give it 4. I'm going to give it 5 out of 10 because it's not a total disaster. But I was just so lucky that they were only 30-minute episodes, and I managed to get through them in a couple of sittings, which wasn't too bad. Which isn't great, is it? If you say that, but. Anyway, that's my thoughts. 5 out of 10 for this. So let me know what you think. If you've watched this and you like it, fair enough. I mean, you know, all fairness to you, but I say I was a bit disappointed. Please check my links on screen. If you follow or friend me on Facebook and Twitter, I do try and check every couple of days and follow and friend everyone back. And as I said, please check my playlist for films, quizzes, TV shows, and then obviously the football stuff as well. If you're interested or know anyone who's interested in that, that'll be absolutely fantastic. If you can get them to sub to the channel. I'm trying to get to 500 by Christmas 2020, so I'm about 60 oddish short at the moment. So any help you can get with that, absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. And I did have a video shop, as you know, so I've still got a little website now that there's a hangover from that. I used to have a video shop in the 90s and 2000s, so if you get onto moviegamenostalgia.com, I've got old rare DVDs on there, movie posters from the 1990s and 2000s, and some board games on there as well. So if you can do that for my little day job, that'll be very much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for watching. Whatever you're going to do this day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Until we meet again, please stay safe, everyone. Bernard saying goodbye for now.